Hey everybody, welcome to Kimball's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Avatar, The Way of the Water. And it's been a while since this has been out. Sam Worthington, who I thought was going to blow up. Hasn't really. Still like him. Zoe Salata? Whatever. I like her. Sigourney Weaver and Stephen Lang. Kate Winslet is also in. Cliff Curtis. Okay. There's a lot of people in this. I didn't realize that. But I'm trying to see when the original one came out. Many moons ago. But anyway, this is now out streaming, so if you haven't already seen it, check it out. 3 hours and 12 minutes, but it's a sequel to the original Avatar. I won't go into detail there. If you haven't seen the original Avatar, check that out. And funny, quick story for you, because sometimes that's what I do. My wife and I, when this originally came out, so I don't know how long ago it was, but we didn't have kids, so it had to be at least 14 years ago. And we went out, had some dinner, had a bunch of drinks, went right by the movie theater. We went over to the movie theater. We were late getting in, and this is, it was in 3D, and this is when 3D started to get like real. You know what I mean? It was like, this was the movie for 3D. It wasn't like the old time thing for one thing would pop out. It was like it fully immersive kind of, right? Well, we got front row seats. We were the last two seats in the thing. They didn't have choose your seats back then. It was you could buy enough tickets to get into the theater, and we had the last two seats. We were in the front row like this, and we watched probably, I don't know, 30 minutes of it, and she got sick. We had to leave. So that's always a funny story. I eventually then watched the rest of the movie, of course, at some other point, but that was my initial thing. But it was a great movie. I mean, visually unbelievable. I know. I'm watching it at home. And you should watch this movie in a theater, but it's kind of like a theater. It's 92 inches here, so we'll see. I'm going to get into it and see what it's all about, see if I can see. Here's the other piece. I kind of remember what happened on that one, but, my friend, if you've seen some of my beer reviews, Shauna Claus, he watched the first one before he went to see this one, which was, refreshed himself, which was probably a good idea. It's just a big time investment. This is 3 hours and 12 minutes long. To watch the original one, I think that one's 3 hours long. That's like a 6-hour time investment for half of it I've already seen. So I'm going to go into it somewhat blind. All right, enough from me. I'll get back. I'm going to watch the movie now. Hey everybody, want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Avatar, The Way of the Water. We're at the 1 hour, 33 minute, and 58 second mark. I don't even think it's halfway. When I just did that, it said 3 hours and 12 minutes is this film, not just 3 hours. So, we got a ways to go on this one. And it's the first 20 minutes, I'll say, maybe 30 minutes, but really quick. I was like, holy smokes. Like this, I was interested. And it's not that I'm not interested, but it feels longer now when I realize, wow, like it seems whatever. Anyway, that's good. Anyway, that's a movie review right there for you. Anyway, getting back to the film, we're catching up years later after the previous film, and basically the sky people are coming back. The humans are coming back to Pandora Moon or whatever it is, and they're trying to make it a home for them, right? And what they've done is they've gotten some of the Stephen Lang and the military people to become, are they called avatars? I don't know what they're called. The blue people, right? And essentially they're there to try and take down John Sully and his group and not maybe wipe out the whole, I guess the pilgrims, the natives of the planet, but to like settle them down and let them, welcome the building of Earth 2, essentially. I made that up. That's not what's said in here, but that's what they're there to do. So John Sully and his family take off, right? So they go to another group of very similar type people. But they're water-based instead of forest-based, right? So it's like the Aquaman tribe, and they do a lot of their stuff in the water. So they go there, and they're actually green and not blue. And, they're trying to fit in with that while back in the forest area, they're hunting for him, right? So that's kind of the big plot line. Now, what the whole movie is about is the kids. It's not so much about John Sully and Zoe Saldana or whatever. It's really about their kids. So they have a couple of kids, and now they're trying to be integrated with this new tribe, if you will. And that's it. You know what I mean? It's the same, stuff you would see on Earth. The bullying and not fitting in and being different, and and then, oh, maybe we are going to be friends, and if we're all going to be friends, blah, 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 blah. And that's kind of where we're getting to, kind of. But that's really what it's all about. So, I had no idea. I didn't know where they were going with this film, and now you see it's more based on the children. And I'm sure there's going to be some adult stuff. I mean, the adults are in there and whatever, but the prominent characters in this are the kids, not just the kids from from the original tribe, but also from the Aqua tribe, if you will. Alright, I'm just stumbling all over the place. Let me get back to this. I'll catch up with you in another hour and a half and let you know how it goes. It is a beautiful film, and it's cool. I do find myself on my phone a lot, so we'll see what happens. Stick around. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Avatar, The Way of the Water. And I say that, and here's the thing. It felt long. Because I was thinking, it's really only 3 hours long. There's 12 minutes of credits. So, they're still rolling here and stuff like that. Now, and it just felt long because I'm thinking to myself, like, Justice League, I forget that the Snyder release was like 6 hours or something like that, and that one didn't feel as long, but and there's movies out there that don't feel that long. This one for some reason did. Now, I will say that the second half of the movie, which could have been a movie all by itself, really it grabbed my interest a little bit more. I wasn't on the phone as much as I was in the first part. And a little bit, but just to find out who's who, right? Like, besides Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana, I didn't know who anybody else was. I mean, Kate Winslet's in the film, Sigourney Weaver, but a fun fact, because I kept looking they have their daughter, right? They have 2 daughters. One's adopted, and she's adopted from Sigourney Weaver, and I'm like, who is playing this girl? Like, I don't know who, I didn't know any of the kids, but I couldn't find her. IMDb, I Googled, it was Sigourney Weaver who was playing that. She played a 14-year-old blue person in this, so pretty wild there. And I also think I would have probably appreciated it a lot more in the theater, fully immersive. It seems like, not that it was bad here, but, I'm sure the visuals there are 100 times better than Kimmel's Irish Pub, right? But I don't need to see the whole. I just see a little bit of it, and I get the appreciation for it. But it does pick up. It gets better. I just felt that it was just took too long. I mean, it built everything that you need. You don't, and I don't want to say this like I haven't seen the first movie since it came out, right, or closely thereafter, and you don't need that much. I think there's some open gaps that I'd like to fill. But if you've seen it and you're able to, and you don't feel like going back and watching it, you could watch this one without that. It does a great job, or a good job at least, of connecting the dots for you. Some of it still doesn't, make total sense. And I don't know if watching the original would, because, I don't know, Monkey Boy. Right? I don't know. Like, would I get that from that? I don't know. But there you go. I think there's more to come. I just hope they don't create too big of a gap. And, shorten the time frame down, please. I'd appreciate it. 2 other things that I'll quickly mention. At first, the orca piece was like, really, did we really need it? And I guess there's probably books maybe that this is all based off of, I don't know, and that's an important role. I felt they spent a lot of time on that, and I knew what was going to happen, but I don't know. I guess it was worth it. It just, at the time, it felt like a waste of time for me. And the Orca Hunter, that guy, I didn't think that was the right, not the actor, but the character was right for the movie. You know, it just didn't fit right with everything else that was going on to me. So, two things I wanted to mention to you. So, there you go. That's it. Oh, and I mentioned Kate Winslet's in this, right? And I couldn't recognize her. I had to look up and see which person she was, and then I get it. And then it's funny. I got a kick out of Way of the Water, right? They're water-based people, humans, avatars, whatever, not humans, right? And then you know, so there's like boats and stuff, and there's a lot of sinking going on, and Kate Winslet's in it. So you know, I found that ironic. All right, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.